So this week's NXT kicked off with the NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai and Zoe Stark versus the #1 contender to the title, Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. So Dakota and Raquel managed to beat the champion and Zoe Stark, and after the match, Raquel Gonzalez laid out Io Shirai on the announce table. Now, to be honest, when it comes to their match at NXT TakeOver, it's honestly a little hard for me to imagine Raquel becoming the new NXT Women's Champion, but no matter what happens, I actually can see Raquel and Dakota splitting up, whether Raquel wins the title or not, because they could just as easily make this about Dakota costing Raquel the title or Dakota becoming jealous over Raquel winning the title. Then we had Bronson Reed defeating LA Knight, and to be honest, this was actually kind of surprising to me because LA Knight had only debuted just last week, and I thought it would be a while before he suffered his first loss, but I can't imagine this feud is going to be over with this match, so we're probably going to get another one at some point. Then we had a match between Killer Kross and Oney Lorcan, and this match came about because, well, yeah. Anyways, Kross beat down Lorcan, and then Finn Balor came out afterwards and said that he found Kross's weakness, and it's that he's overly driven by emotion. So honestly, when it comes to their takeover match for the NXT Championship, I can only see Kross just completely squashing Finn Balor like he has to all his other opponents. The only chance I think Finn Balor might have is if he brought out the Demon, but I think I read somewhere that he's trying not to lean on the Demon gimmick as a crutch, so yeah, he's pretty much doomed. I think we knew anyways that Balor was pretty much just going to be a placeholder champion, at least until Kross got back, because his first reign was cut so short, so I'm personally excited for a proper championship reign this time around. So next we had the NXT UK champion Walter versus Drake Maverick, and well, I mean, you can guess how that one pretty much went. But afterwards, Tommaso Ciampa comes out and challenges Walter to an NXT UK Championship match at NXT TakeOver. And if there's anybody that can actually beat Walter, I've always said it was going to be a big name, and I think Tommaso Ciampa is a big enough name. Then we had the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon versus Mercedes Martinez and Aaliyah for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. And I'll be honest with you on this one, I didn't even know that such championships even existed. I must have missed a week or something because last time I checked, there was only the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, which are currently held by Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, and I think I kind of just assumed that Shotzi and Ember beat them for it at some point. But we got whole new championships in NXT now, which is fine because I think they can really help the women's division in NXT. So the champs retain when Moon pins Aaliyah with the Eclipse. Then the NXT Cruiserweight Champion Jordan Devlin would face Kushida in a non-title match. And Santos Escobar and Legado del Fantasma would come out to try to distract Devlin during the match, but Devlin got the victory anyways. And then after that, Kushida would take out Legado del Fantasma in retaliation for his loss, and Jordan Devlin and Santos Escobar would confront each other in the ring before Shawn Michaels came out and put in a ladder to set up a ladder match for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship at NXT TakeOver. And if you ask me, this is the type of match that is made for cruiserweights. If there's any person who should be flying off ladders, it should be a cruiserweight. So honestly, I think this match just got a lot better. And finally, we had the contract signing for the unsanctioned match between Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole at NXT TakeOver. And earlier in the night, we had a confrontation between Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, where we basically find out that the Undisputed Era is officially over. And there was a hilarious moment before the contract signing when Adam Cole was coming out and he ran into Shawn Michaels, who, like I said before, came out during the last match. And I just thought it was hilarious seeing Cole glaring at Shawn Michaels when you know that Shawn is pretty much Adam Cole's hero. And then we get the contract signing, they go back and forth for a bit, and the only thing I can think of at the moment is that the show is going into overtime. Cole basically says that Kyle lost sight of what the UE was all about. He said that Kyle tried to befriend Finn and that he was going to be a lapdog to him, and that Adam Cole was a lapdog to nobody because he was a star. Kyle talked about the past 3.5 years in the Undisputed Era and how they changed and became better people, but Cole hadn't changed at all, and that he was the same asshole who just used his friends like he always does. And Kyle says that he lost himself in the UE. So they both sign the contract, and then they come at each other before security holds them back, and the show goes off the air. So next week is going to be the go-home show, and we'll see how that turns out. But for this week, it was just an average progression of the storylines.